Welcome to the Hub, where we will discuss health, finances, community, education, and even politics. Every first Friday of the month, it is our aim to bring on new guests and also topics that will not only inspire our community, but also will educate everyone as well. The Hub is where ministry and community connect. And tonight, we are going to have a powerful conversation that truly can save lives. We want to build awareness and also educate our audience without overwhelming you all tonight concerning the theme of suicide. Something tonight could trigger you. So we do have resources available if you find that you do need some help or assistance tonight. You can use the number 988. You can also call the National Suicide Helpline, which is at 1-800-273-8255. And you can also text the crisis text line. You can text the word START to 741-741. Virginia had 1,243 suicide deaths in 2023. In Hampton Roads, suicide and self-harm are significant concerns. Portsmouth alone have rates that are actually double the state rate when it comes to self-harm and self-inflicted injuries and hospitalizations. Now, across Virginia, statistically, men die by suicide more often, but teens and young adults show higher rates of attempts. So the conversation we're going to have tonight is definitely a necessity. My name is Tremaine Brown, and tonight we have a fantastic segment that's planned for you. I have a sister of mine from the Navy that will help us navigate through some information just concerning some suicide awareness. And I just really hope that you all will open up your heart and mind to hear that you can be a change agent and a helper that can make a difference. I'm so thrilled to introduce our guest tonight. Her name is Andrea Pennington. She's a SAFETALK facilitator and a U.S. Navy chief. So you know she's going to bring the fire. So Andrea Pennington is a wife, a mother of two, and an active duty Navy Chief Petty Officer with a strong commitment to supporting the well-being of individuals and families. With a passion for fostering open, honest conversations, her goal is to help raise awareness about suicide prevention and equip others with the tools to recognize and respond to those in need. Andrea believes in creating safe, supportive spaces where people can feel seen, heard, and valued. So, Hub community, please help me welcome our guest tonight, Andrea Pennington. Welcome, Andrea.
Hi.
So good to have you on the show tonight. So, just tell the people a little bit about you professionally, personally, and then some things you do in the community, just so they can get to know you a little bit.
I'm currently stationed in Millington, Tennessee. I work for um, Navy Personnel Command, and I help advance sailors throughout the fleet. I'm on a team of 4 people. It's myself, uh, a PS1, and we have a lieutenant and a master chief that I
Okay.
work with.
Very, very good. Very, very good. So with all of that going on, what kind of interest do you have, like in the community and then also personally?
Well, I'm so new to the community, so I'm not involved right now. But I'm looking for, things to do here in Millington. I just transferred about 6 months ago.
Okay.
So, and
Very,
then I went right into, chief initiation and all that good stuff. It's been a blast. Uh, we're just trying to find where we fit in the community because it's all so new to us.
got you.
We
Oh,
like to be outdoors. We're very outdoorsy. Um, yeah,
okay.
just glad to be closer to home. We were stationed on the West Coast for about 16 years, so
Okay, very, very nice.
yeah.
We're so glad that you came to share, a little bit of information with us tonight. As a Safe Talk facilitator, people may not be familiar with what Safe Talk is. So could you just give us like a brief summary, if you could just summarize what is Safe Talk?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Safe Talk is a suicide alertness training that can help everyday people identify persons with thoughts of suicide and connect those people with suicide first aid responders. Um,
Very, very good. Very, very important sessions that they give. So why would you say that, Safe Talk could be important?
it's important now, especially because of all the things that are happening in the world, because a lot of people suffer in silence. They're afraid to reach out to help a lot of times. And then those people that they do reach out to are the people in the community, like their friends, their family members, the people they go to church with, people they
Right.
see every day, not necessarily firefighters or police, EMTs, that kind of thing.
Very, very good. So I hope you all are listening that, hey, you could be the change agent and the helper that could help your friend, your brother, your sister, family member, church, congregant to really get to safety. So, what does it mean, Andrea, when we talk about being alert to the signs of suicide?
All right, so being alert to signs of suicide means that you're paying attention to changes in people's everyday lives, um, words, behaviors, moods that could indicate that something else is going on in their life.
Very good. Yes. Yeah. And, in our community with the military, we see so many different people, people coming from different backgrounds and such. So, do we have to like be alike to be alert?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Yeah.
Just working with people, um, you can you can tell when something's being off. It might just be an off kind of day,
Hmm.
but that safe talk helps you feel comfortable bringing up the topic. Hey, I noticed this is going on, or your mood seems different today. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Very
Strike up
good.
that
Great.
conversation.
Yeah. So what are some common signs? Because some people may not think it's so simple, but what are some common signs that someone may be struggling with suicidal thoughts?
A lot of times people miss the signs, withdrawing from family or friends, not
Mm-hmm.
being in the same cliques that they are at work, giving away their things, their personal items. Um, just complete opposite change in moods,
Mm-hmm.
mood swings, saying things like, I feel like I'm a burden, I feel like I don't belong here.
Mm. Yeah. So yeah, with those comments right there is definitely not gonna be said to just a professional. Like these
Right.
are gonna be people that they're gonna be like close with or working with that they'll probably say this to. So that's good. So I know that many people feel uncomfortable about this topic, but one thing that Safe Talk is really good at saying is, hey, talking about this is not going to make somebody suicidal. Can you like really expound upon that statement?
Yes. So it's not something that's contagious. You're not going to give somebody the idea that they're suicidal.
Right.
Um, People with thoughts of suicide are looking for help because they don't know how to express their feelings. They
Mm.
just want somebody. And Safe Talk is uh, the title of Safe Talk is SAFE is suicide awareness for everyone, and
Yeah.
TALK is an acronym for talk, ask, listen, and keep safe. So,
Yeah.
what the person with thoughts of suicide is looking for is somebody that will talk to them, ask the question, are you thinking of suicide? Listen to their story, and then keep them safe by getting them the help that they need.
Wow. That sounds so simple.
Yeah.
So would you say that there's a wrong thing to say to somebody who is suicidal?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the military, words matter.
Mm-hmm.
And in a situation where you think that somebody is suicidal, you might be afraid of saying the wrong thing, but silence speaks so much louder than your imperfect words. So
Yeah.
if somebody was to uh, give clues that they were thinking of suicide, and then
Mm-hmm.
you were completely silent about it because you were afraid to say the wrong thing, it speaks louder to the person with those thoughts when you're
Yeah.
not engaging in their life. They feel lonely.
Right. Very good point. Now, can you give them the acronym Safe Talk again? They're
Yeah.
asking for that.
Yes. So SAFE stands for suicide aware- awareness for everyone, and talk. The T stands for talk. The A stands for ask. The L stands for listen, and the K is for keep safe.
Yes. Very, very good. So I know that some of these things can sound like you can't do it, but this really is for everyone. If you have the capacity to care for somebody, you can be a helper. You can help save somebody's life with these little resources and also these little, interjection into their life. So I just want to reiterate again, if something tonight triggers you, please use the resources available for help. You can use the 988 number. You can call the National Suicide Helpline at 1-800-273-8255, or you can text the crisis text line. You can text the word START to 741-741. Safe Talk is an amazing opportunity for us really to learn practical skills so that we can help respond in a real life situation. So, Andrea, like what makes Safe Talk, I guess, different from like just mental health programs, you know?
So Safe Talk uses a variety of different tools. It's a 1 day, 3 hour at the most course that you'll go through, and you'll have discussions, you'll watch some videos, real life scenarios, and then you'll actually practice saying, are you thinking of suicide?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to say things like, are you thinking about hurting yourself? Or, um, well, that's probably, or are you thinking of harming yourself? Because those are suicide and harming yourself are completely different things, different topics, right? So,
Right.
um, during the course, you will learn how to ask, how to recognize those signs, how to ask, are you thinking of suicide? And by practicing, you'll get the courage to maybe save somebody in the future.
Very good. So what kind of things would I be listening for if I'm being a helper and responding to someone?
Again, it's just those, you know, clues like, I feel like I'm a burden here. Being quiet, somebody that's happy and always joking, if they
Mm.
stop doing those things, maybe just, ask them what's going on,
Very good.
listen to their story, right?
Now, is there a time frame that's like too long to keep them talking?
No,
Yeah.
not really. But you also don't want to put yourself in danger, right? So,
Very,
um, the quicker you can get somebody the help you think they need or they think they need, the better. You don't want
mm,
to prolong it. You don't want to cause burden or harm to yourself.
right. Absolutely. So I hope that you all will understand what that looks like. If you're unsure, then you're sure. Because you don't want to err on the side of caution. At any given moment, it could be, all right, now it's too late. So we want to, if you feel like they need assistance, please get them to resources. right? So if I am looking to connect somebody to resources, does it have to be done a certain way? Like what are some like different options?
So you don't want to leave the person alone, right? So offer to either walk them if you're in like a campus setting or even in the back row of the church, right? Um, walk them to the chaplain, the preacher, whoever.
Hmm.
They can provide help. Um, if you are in a car, drive them to the local hospital. Be that person that they need to connect them to the help that they need, right? You don't want to leave them alone. If they have a plan and they've talked to you about that plan, then you want to remove the items from um, the situation if those are readily available in your scenario.
Okay. So I noticed that you didn't immediately say, hey, call the police, call the fire department, call the
I mean,
ambulance.
yeah. You could, I guess. But it's better to um, be personable and actually take them to a place where they need, or say, hey, I have this person that I can connect you to. Are you willing to go with me?
Wow. So what if they say no?
Then you just continue to listen
Okay.
until you can, until somebody can intervene and get them the help that they need.
Very good.
Yeah.
So the one thing that Andrea did not say, everyone, is that you have to be a healthcare professional. So we're talking about you and I, everyday friendships, moms and dads, sisters and brothers that can help intervene here. And Andrea, so I'm hearing that connection is really the critical point here with providing good care.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. So if you are isolating, you definitely want to look at that. So what if somebody asks for help, but they get kind of brushed off? Can they just turn themselves, like seek medical or professional care on their own? Like, what would that look like?
They could, but often when if they're asking a family member for help, they're looking for that connection, right? They want somebody to realize that they are needing that extra help
Mhm.
to get through the thoughts that they're having. A lot of times, people with thoughts of suicide, they withdraw, um, but they're not really sure that this is what they want to do because there's obviously a fear of the unknown, right?
Mm.
So you can, if they ask, and then if you're the person receiving the question, try not to brush them off. Listen to them. This is what Safe Talk teaches us: is to talk, ask, listen to the person, and
Yeah,
keep them safe.
yeah, that's very good. So I know that we may not know this per se, but could addiction make suicidal ideations, I guess, worse or better, or just with what you've been, I guess, given in the different trainings?
I would say yes. It, every even prescription medications have that warning associated with them. You hear it every day on TV commercials.
Hmm.
May this drug may cause suicidal thoughts or ideations, right?
Right.
Um, I think there are, demons in just about everything, addiction to either medication or alcohol, drugs, right? Um, so yeah, it could definitely increase the thoughts.
Yes. So if you're listening tonight, self-medicating means that, you're taking medication that you've been prescribed, but you're abusing it. So you want to make sure that even if you are responding to somebody, that you're definitely asking them, hey, did you take this medicine according to how you been prescribed it? Because self-medication can be so subtle,
Hmm.
even over the counter meds. So we don't want to abuse those. That's very good. It's so much that we can ask somebody if we stepping into that helper role. So are there boundaries that they should stay within?
I would say so. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, when you're talking to the person and then you ask, um, are you thinking of suicide? If they come back and their response is, yes, I am thinking of suicide, then you would want to know, um, I mean, you're not going to jump in and be like, hey, so what's your plan, right? Listen to them, listen to their story, find
Mhm.
out why they're having these thoughts. Maybe they're going through a nasty divorce or a custody battle. They just lost their job.
Mhm.
They have to file for bankruptcy. Um, they were in a car accident. There are many, many reasons why people would have thoughts of suicide. If you want to just listen to their story, understand how they're feeling, I mean,
Mhm.
um, but don't make them feel pressured to answer questions. That's like the third step. You're listening, you're getting their story, and then you're going to connect them with the people that they need.
Very good. Yes. So the people that they need. Um, so who would be people that would be qualified for us to turn them over to?
Medical professionals, the chaplains, uh, religious personnel,
Hmm.
right? Um, and then first responders, but mostly medical. You can connect them with, again, the suicide crisis line. Um, for veterans, we have our own veterans line. Um,
Right.
there's assist. Um, so with Living Works, the
Mm.
Safe Talk program, there's also Assist, which is a 2-day course that you can take after attending Safe Talk. And
Mm-hmm.
then you are a little bit more, um, I don't want to say educated, I guess,
Right.
on suicide. Um, and then you're considered more of a helper or a connection to get people to the help that they need.
Very good. Yes. So this is definitely something that's needed across different communities, different organizations. So, I mean, there is no like, okay, we know that we're going to need suicide at this moment because it's so random.
It
So
is
who should even think about attending a Safe Talk workshop per se?
anybody, anybody from the age of 15 and up. It's it can be touchy for people.
Right.
Um, and then during the course, there's the instructor. Um, you have a co-host through the videos that you'll watch, and then there's always a safe connection person that has been trained through Safe Talk and Assist
Mm-hmm.
um, in the room with the instructor. So if something that is said in class triggers you, you can tell the safe connection person that you need to step out, and they can follow you and ask how you're doing and go through the steps with you. And then if you determine that you need help from that point, then they will connect you with somebody that can help you.
Okay, very good. So they're ready to stand by and assist.
Yes.
Well, we have a question here.
Okay.
Why do so many service members feel like asking for help could hurt their career or reputation? Oh, we get that a lot.
I think a lot of us have security clearances. Um, they're afraid that they're going to lose their security clearance,
Mm-hmm.
um, which isn't the case at all. It's very unlikely that they would lose their security clearance.
Right.
Um, and then there's like it's just a stigma. A
Right.
lot of people are afraid of the stigma
That
of
is true.
asking for help.
Yeah, so I hope that you all will understand that suicide is not something somebody wakes up and says, all right, I'm going to plan to be suicidal in 3 months. It could be something that just falls on you.
Mhm.
We want to provide the opportunity for you to understand that there's hope and there's help tonight. I hope that that's what you will hear. I want to reiterate the resources again. If something triggers you tonight, please use the resources available. You can use the 988 number. You can call the National Suicide Helpline at 1-800-273-8255. You can also text the crisis text line. You send the word START to 741-741. Okay. I know you're like, Tremaine, why do you keep saying these resources? We don't know who needs what, and we want to make sure that we're being responsible with not only putting information out, but keeping you safe tonight. Okay. So one of the resources, Andrea, that really, well, statistics rather, that really caught my attention was that teens and young adults actually have higher attempts. Just with what you've heard or what you've seen in trainings, like how can you speak to that? Like if you were talking to a parent right now, what would you say to them about their teen or young adult?
Um, well, that's hard. So I feel a lot of people are caught up in this social media, right? A lot of people don't pay, I don't want to say a lot of people don't pay attention to their kids, but obvious, obviously it happens, you know. Um, Pay attention, know who their friends are, know what they're doing online. That's a big thing. I've noticed that a lot of teens are doing these trends on like TikToks or whatever, and it's causing them to lose their life. They may not be suicidal, right? But things are dangerous. You don't
Mm.
want to get caught with the wrong um caught in the wrong moment, I guess. Just pay attention to what your kids are doing, who they're talking to online. Um, Check their grades. Uh, If you notice that they're straight A students at the beginning of school and now they're coming home with D's and F's, like ask them what's going on because there could be bullies at school. I know that I have a 5-year-old and she goes to preschool
Mm-hmm.
and she comes home all the time and tells us that the other little kids are like bullying her. So just listen to them.
Yes.
Listen to them. That's the best thing that you can do.
Yeah, that is so true. Like, man, this is a very sensitive topic for me because I've seen so many different scenarios with different outcomes. So, yeah, parents, we have to be on it. If you feel that nudge,
Hmm.
honor it. Honor the nudge, honor the feeling that's coming up for you. Ask the questions, check the rooms, check the bags. Just
Yep.
do it, do it, do it. We have a question here. Religious leaders, pastors should give godly advice. Beyond godly assurance and prayer, how far should they go with those in need? Oh, that's a good question.
Well, that is a good question. Hmm.
The
Well,
train. Yeah, if they're
yeah,
trained, just
yeah, yeah. Listen, and if they need additional help, if they have to go check themselves into somewhere, be that second person to, if your safe talk person connected you with the pastor or the religious person, uh, then if you can't provide them with the counseling or whatever it is that that's going to keep them safe, then you need to be that second keep safe person and pass them to medical.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that's important is like to honor your appropriate boundaries
Mm-hmm.
because you never know the depth of the pain the person that you're walking with. So if you're unsure that they're safe, then they're not safe.
Yep.
So definitely get them to a resource that can annotate and legally cover you that they have identified that they are safe. That's the last thing we want is our religious leaders and pastors, to just have to be liable because something happened after that person left them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So definitely get them to medical care, get them to someone who is certified to annotate in a legally binding status that they deem themselves to be safe. Yes, so that's an excellent question. We definitely want to protect our religious leaders and pastors, clergy, all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's good. Wow. So, Andrea, what would you say to someone today who came in front of you who may be silently struggling right now?
That you're not alone. Um, your life matters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People, even though you may not feel it right now, people care about you.
Yeah,
Um, and that if you want the support, I'm here to help support you through whatever it is that you need that support.
very good, very good. So, in your own just like experience, what kind of scenarios have you heard about concerning suicide, if you just care to share?
Um, I haven't personally had somebody where I recognize the signs, right? I haven't worked with somebody, well, I have worked with somebody who suicide they took their own life, right? But it was many years after I worked with them. Um, when people say that there aren't signs, there definitely are. You know, after things happen, you go back and you're like, "Ooh,
Mhm.
that that could have been a sign." Luck, I've been fortunate that I haven't, just one or two in my 17 years of service. So um, that's why it's
Yeah,
important to get this information out so we don't have as much of that throughout the service or just throughout the world.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, 25 years of dealing with people in the uniform, but also dealing with different dynamics of clients and family. Um, yeah, there is no like suicidal look when
Yeah.
you just be like, all right, this is how they're gonna look. It depends on the person, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I hope that we will be so open to be aware of those around us.
Yeah.
You never know how somebody will start to cope with their struggle. Yeah, I just hope that this will have us be open to pay attention to the
Yeah.
little things that we deal with those we love and care about. Because it could be so subtle. And that's the thing that I've heard over the years is that, oh man, when I sit back and think about it, that could have been a moment of interjection,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's okay to be wrong too. Like if we're sitting here having a conversation and you're like, "Ooh, Andrea,
Yeah.
what's going on?" And then
Mm,
you ask the question, "Are you thinking of suicide?" And I'm like, "No.
right.
Why would you think that?" That conversation, um, it helps people open up.
Yeah.
Um, and it's good to have conversations with people. It's good to have that connection. maybe I was just having a bad day and I needed that connection. I needed you to notice that something was off.
Ah, very good. I needed you to notice that
Yeah.
something was off. That's so amazing right there. Sometimes we overlook,
Hmm.
the power of coming into alignment and agreement with each other. That's really good right there.
Yeah.
So we have a question. Let's see what this says. What are some healthy ways to cope after losing a friend to suicide? Yes. Yeah. Well, one, I want to thank you for asking that question, and I'm so sorry that, you had to deal with losing a friend to suicide. But what are some things, Andrea, that you have shared with others?
Um, just talking, a lot of times we on the on the ship or in the service, right? We would just go talk to the chaplain. Any form of counseling, any form of connection with others is, I think, beneficial. Um, I had a leader in the military actually take their own life. In just talking to the people that I served with under that particular person
Mhm.
helped out a lot. Um, just being involved in things that they, you know, don't completely absorb them, but be involved in things that they were interested in if they like to go watch uh, Padres or whatever baseball games. I
Right.
mean, you know, maybe pay tribute to them.
Very.
I think it helps.
Absolutely. That is so, so, so good. I think that a healthy coping, it would depend on the person. However,
Hmm.
you just want to make sure you're not living in the past.
Yeah.
You're continuing to allow yourself to honor their life, their memories that you had with them. You're actually processing your feelings
Hmm.
in a way that shows that, hey, I'm moving forward. I think that that is going to be key
Yeah.
because a lot of people that I've talked to over the years that have dealt with losing a friend to suicide, the guilt, the shame, um, the feeling like I should have done something,
Yeah.
you that's what always comes up. But
Hmm.
honestly, if we're being honest with each other, we really don't know. We really didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's okay to honor the fact that we missed the cue that we could have seen, you know?
Yeah.
I know it doesn't bring them back. However, being honest with how you're feeling, what happened is going to really help to keep you moving forward. Um, it's so hard to like help people really understand that in the beginning. That has been the hardest thing that I've seen people have to deal with is acknowledging and accepting,
Hmm.
how it happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And then everybody grieves differently too. So, they might just be going through a grieving process, but you want to make sure that you're watching, your other friends in
Mm.
your circle to make sure that they're grieving properly and that
Yeah.
they don't, you know, become um, another person with those same thoughts.
Right. Yeah, that is true. That's one thing that comes up a lot, when we talk to people concerning suicide prevention, awareness,
Hmm.
thoughts, ideations, is that, well, sometimes they really are even surprised that they're even thought about suicide,
Hmm.
So I think it's good that we say tonight that it's okay to have the conversation.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to struggle with suicide. We want you to feel safe enough to say, hey, I'm having these thoughts and I don't know what to do because we want to help you stay here. We want to help you live a full life. We don't want to lose anyone to suicide. Man,
Exactly.
strong, 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 strong. I want to reiterate the resources again. If anything we say tonight is triggering you, please use the resources that we have tonight. 988. You can call the National Suicide Helpline at 1-800-273-8255, or you can use the crisis text line. You can just text the word START to 741-741. Listen, this is a subject that crosses age groups, it crosses denominations, it crosses cultures. Anybody can be touched by suicide. So, Andrea, if you could give one message, like an elevator pitch about suicide awareness and prevention tonight, what would it be?
Again, back to that conversation, never underestimate the power of a simple conversation. Noticing, asking, and connecting those people with thoughts of suicide can save their life.
Yes.
And
Excellent.
yeah, suicide is not a bad word. So
Yes.
when you're asking, ask directly. If you think you see the signs, don't be afraid to be like, are you thinking of suicide?
Yes. Very, very good. Wow. Now, I know that we are kind of keeping it surface tonight, and that is intentional because we do have to control the narrative a bit to be safe. But if something resonated with you tonight and you're like, well, I may want to have training on this subject, then let us know in the comments. We definitely can help set you up for your organization, your church, your group, or just you to really become trained and aware to be a suicide helper. So, Andrea, I'm going to take a station break real quick to do some announcements.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll see if there's any questions from the audience. And then we'll also have final remarks from you. Yes, and then we'll close out our talk for today. But this has been so good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, we are so appreciative of each of you joining us tonight. I just have a few announcements. We ask that you continue to join the House of God Worship Center Jumpstart team on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for prayer at 7 a.m. And also our Sunday morning services always at 11 a.m. We invite you also to join us on each Tuesday night at 7 p.m. for our midweek impartation, and that's held at 2510 Build America Drive in Hampton, Virginia. And we are on a series, Spiritual Heart Attack, right now. It has been very eye-opening. So make sure you join us. House of God Worship Center family, we've made it easier for you to stay connected with us via text message. So if you haven't been receiving those yet, you can text the word empowered to 757-500-0940. That's going to connect you with Bishop's Corner, and you can also receive weekly updates. If you have not received the Jumpstart weekly updates yet, you can text the word Jumpstart to connect with our prayer team, and you'll be able to send in your prayer requests and share all of your testimonies of what God has been doing in your life. You will also receive reminders to jump on the prayer line, and you can share that with your friends and family so everyone can be getting the updates and the reminders. Also, House of God Worship Center has partnered with 100X to earn funds and provide feedback to over 5,000 national brands across various industries. So if you would like to help us with this endeavor, please join us in providing your feedback via the link that will be in the chat. Somebody say tomorrow. Tomorrow, Funnel Cake Frenzy will be serving up delicious funnel cakes, fried Oreos, funnel cake fries, and the signature lemonades at the Carousel Carnival. That event is going to be held at 602 Settlers Landing Road. And that event is going to be held 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. So we ask that you govern yourself to the announcements. It's going to be a great day. So I'm going to bring our guests back at this time. We are so happy to have you on with us tonight, Andrea. So Just by curiosity, what made you want to become a Safe Talk facilitator?
It was actually my command master chief because when I checked into my previous command,
Mm-hmm.
like I was mentioning, my previous leader in the Navy had taken his own life. And I sat down with my command master chief when I checked into the command, and I was like, I'm looking for avenues where I can help prevent this from happening. And he said, well, have you talked or have you attended Safe Talk? And I said, yes. He said, have you attended Assist? And I said, yes. And he was like, well, I guess the only other thing we can do is send you to Safe Talk training for trainers. And I was like, send me, send
Yeah.
me. And so far, I have given 10 trainings
Oh, wow.
on board the Carl Vinson
Nice.
during deployments with
Yeah.
our air wing chaplain.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Wow. So that's very, very good.
Mhm.
So I hope you all hear that Andrea stepped in to be a person and a helper to prevent this from happening. And just like she did, you can too. That's so phenomenal. So do you have any background in medicine at all?
I don't know. I'm actually a logistics specialist. I just order parts.
You see there? So you don't have to be a medical professional to save a life. I hope you all are hearing what we're saying tonight. The little things can go such a long way when it comes to identifying suicidal ideations. Now, I want to give a special shout out to Living Works because they're the ones who create this curriculum and they continue to train community helpers to respond to those who may be dealing with suicidal ideations. So if you are a leader, if you are a community activist, if you are a group of people that are saying, yep, this is a very important topic for us, we definitely want to be trained and ready, then yes, please reach out to us. We can definitely help bridge the gap to make sure you and your staff are properly trained and ready to respond. So I want to go back just for a few minutes. Okay, we're doing good on time. You got to watch the time, right? I want to go back and talk about, those who may start to isolate or, just not really give you too many like warm fuzzies that they need help. Would you say that that's still something we should check in on?
Yeah, absolutely. Just any little, you know, subtle sign that something may be off, check
Mm-hmm.
on it. Ask, you know, have that conversation. You don't necessarily have to ask the question right then, but if during the conversation something else comes up, then
Hmm.
don't be afraid to ask.
Very, very good. So when we're dealing with professionals, what would make them ask us, I guess, if we're suicidal? Like, do I have to go there for suicide to be asked if I'm suicidal?
No, during Safe Talk in the course, there's different scenarios that are played out, and
Mhm.
one of them is a medical doctor, and this patient comes to the doctor, and she's telling the nurse all of her symptoms, and she's just saying, don't feel like I belong here.
Mhm.
Um, or the medicine's not working or uh, whatever the case may be. And when
Right.
the nurse is giving that information to the doctor, doesn't catch it. And then, like I said in the beginning, words matter. So the way you say things could help that professional pick up on those signs because even professionals miss them, right? So there's different scenarios throughout the training. There's a non-alert helper, and then there's alert helpers, right?
Yeah.
Um, and it helps you pick up those differences in how people are talking, what they're saying, pay
Right.
attention to how they say it.
Yep.
Right?
Now, I really want us to bring out body language too. I don't think we talked about
Mm.
that. What kind of body language could people exude that could be thinking about suicide?
Closed body language with their arms crossed, right? Don't make eye contact, shy, body language. You're not alert. You're not engaged in conversation. You're just there, um,
Yeah.
kind of. So
Right. Just kind of meh or
yeah.
blah, just uninterested.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, right. Yeah. So it's just so many different things on different ends of the spectrum. So let's pay attention to each other. Let's be alert. Let's really care and put it out there that, hey, it's okay. I'm here to help walk you through this suicidal thought, these suicidal ideations. This is so good. So, Andrea, like when you think about safe talk and the talking part, what stands out to you from those different scenarios that they brought up?
Um, just the listening. You don't have to know the person, right? In one of the scenarios, it's just this girl is sitting on a park bench.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot of people around, and she's just crying on the park bench. And this guy walks by and asks, you know, are you okay? Has a
Mm-hmm.
conversation with her. And then in the end, he asked, well, are you thinking of suicide? And she was like, no, I just needed to get that out. I just
Wow.
needed to talk, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to know the person to ask the question. It might seem awkward, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yes, the care factor can go across any kind of lines.
Mhm.
So that's so amazing. And I think like you have to be comfortable with yourself to really step out there, in
Yeah.
that dynamic,
Yeah.
right? Just walking up to everybody, hey, you all right? You okay? You
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Right?
And even
Yeah,
watching like the videos, I can't wait for them to get little, updated videos.
right.
um, they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job. Living Works is. Yeah, it kind of gives you creeper vibes.
Right.
Some of the videos, you're like, why
Mhm.
would somebody say that? But um, I feel like there needs to be that what what is happening
Right.
to make you feel comfortable in the situation. If everybody feels uncomfortable, then we all are comfortable, right?
Right. Yep, exactly. Now, when you were talking, that really brings me to the scenario with the mom who was overwhelmed.
Hmm.
Like, I really would like us to hone in on and use, I guess, give an invitation to a parent who may be struggling. What would you say to a parent who may be, thinking about suicide or is just so overwhelmed they don't know what they want to do?
Again, your life matters. Your kids love you. Even if it feel in that moment it feels like they don't, like they need somebody. And in the end, if you reach out and you get that help, they're gonna look at you like you're stronger, right? That
Mhm.
you went through all these emotional things and you came out stronger on the end because you asked for help. You made that connection with somebody and they helped you out,
Yes.
kept you safe.
Yes, that's so good. And also, parents, you're going to give your children permission to honor those feelings and honor getting help. I think that's one thing that I see is like the common thread is that nope, don't ask, don't tell, don't invite anybody in. But
Hmm.
if we live like that, we could see more suicides, vice prevention. So, wow, it's a lot so that we can, really dive into. But I hope that you all hear us tonight. Give yourself permission to honor how you're feeling, but also seek assistance. And you may be saying, well, Tremaine, Andrea, I've thought about suicide, but I don't think I'll ever do it. Talk about it.
Yep.
Don't let those thoughts isolate you. And then you'll look up and you're like, wow, I didn't know that I could do that to myself. All right. This is so good, Andrea. I'm so glad that you came on tonight. Like,
Thank you.
of course, I love the chief mess, but it does, help and make me feel a little better, to have a sister come on and really show the power of your training and your experience and your expertise. What would you say to a leader? And they don't have to be a military leader, just any leader who may find themselves saying, am I ready to deal with suicide tonight?
Um, you know, stepping outside of that, if you're a leader, you should be comfortable with stepping outside of your comfort zone. Um, and and you may have stuff on your plate too, where you just aren't going to be that person that the person with uh, thoughts of suicide is going to need, and that's okay.
Mhm.
But you, as a leader, it's important to recognize that and at least try to help them in a way, to keep them safe. Find them somebody else that can take the time to have that conversation and actually listen to them, um, and get them the help that they need. And and it's okay as a leader if you have, things on your plate to, I don't want to say pass the buck or give them to somebody else, but if it's going to keep them safe, then absolutely do it.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Very, very good. There are several different ways to, be prepared, but the thing I hope that you give yourself permission to do is let somebody help you help them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's lovely. I love that. Well, Safe Talk is an amazing workshop. It's an amazing concept that can cross across denomination lines, cultural lines, community lines. So if you want to know more about it, we definitely want to share it with you. But suicide is a real issue among so many communities. And what we want to do tonight is take away the myth that I'm going to make somebody suicidal by caring enough to ask, are you thinking about suicide? So thank you again, Andrea.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you again to all those of you who watched tonight. Please, please, please share this with somebody who may be needing to have resources, but also share it with anybody you know that is a care person who wants this message of suicidal awareness to go and share abroad so we can end these numbers. Because every day, I think the last thing that I saw for a statistic, 22 people a minute, that's a lot of people that are taking their lives. And we want to see you live and well. Well, I just want to thank House of God Worship Center leaders for allowing us this opportunity to share with the community. We are so grateful for you all opening up so we can be aware of different topics. Um, we want to make sure that we are being impactful in our community. So thank you so much, Bishop Gary T. Rogers and Pastor Lisa Rogers, for being amazing leaders who definitely make awareness and information available to our community. To all of our partners who support us, we appreciate you so much. And please make sure you all are go out there with Funnel Cake Frenzy tomorrow. Get your first funnel cake of the season and just say thank you. Come on, you guys, blow the chat up for our guest tonight, Andrea. Thank you so, so, so much. We really appreciate you. Yeah. So until next time, you all, we will be right back here in May. Wow, we're already in May for another amazing topic on the hub. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.